There we are.
We're
All right,
live.
y'all.
You need to send it out. Send it out.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's do it.
All right. Cool, cool, cool. What's up, you guys? What's up? What's up? We are live with the rundown.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Can you guys
Okay,
hear me? Can you guys hear me
we're
well?
back. We hear you loud and clear, Caramel. We hear you loud and clear. So we are ready. We're back. We're talking with the world renowned Joseph Cannon, and you know this young man is just remarkable. Not only, like I said, he's from Chicago. But he went to Leo High School, the best all boy Catholic high school that there is around town. As you said, fuck the
Have you
nonverbal.
checked the
That
stats?
is,
No.
uh, anyway, we're not going to deal with hateration today.
Not today.
Not today.
I'm not
Get
But
being a
Joe,
behind me,
hater.
Satan. Get
I'm just
behind
telling
me,
the
Satan.
truth.
Behind thee, yes.
now,
Can I tell the
I
truth?
like that.
Oh, gosh.
Now, Joseph, we were, I mean, okay, let's set this picture up. let, let- let's go into all the people and the projects real quick that you have worked with. Then we're going to get to Caramel because I know she had some questions or whatever for you. Let's kind of go into that because I saw some heavy hitters that you've worked with on some movie projects and also, on some other shows. So let's kind of tackle some of the people and projects you've done thus far.
Well, upcoming, I have the film Chief of Station, which was starring Aaron Eckhart. We shot that in Hungary a few months ago, so that should be coming out. Hell Hath No Fury. It's a World War II film. We shot that in France and Lithuania. That was with Louis Mandela. I hate when I do this. Always Timothy Murphy and myself. And Nina Bergman. It's like I hate Daniel Bernhardt. There you go. You got to remember because you don't want to just remember two and you forget everyone else. But they were all a fantastic cast and crew.
Yeah.
Debt Collectors 2, White Elephant, Bruce Willis, John Malkovich, Olga Karolinko, Michael Rooker. We shot that actually in Georgia. And so
Hmm.
Snowfall, a la carte, Fire, Star Trek. It's I've been blessed. Like, yes, definitely.
Man. Woo. Caramel, this dude just named a lot of heavy
I heard.
hitters that he has worked with from Chicago, from Leo High School, of course. I mean, that's all we do. We do big stuff. We
And
do
you
big
know what? I
things.
forgot. Can't forget Paul's Promise. Paul's Promise, based on true story, right here, right behind me. Ryan O'Quinn, Dean Kane. It was that was my first faith-based
Yeah.
oriented piece, and
Yeah.
won the lead awards for that one as best supporting actor, and based on a true story, which is always very challenging. And again, I've been blessed
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay.
I'm so glad that we got a chance to restart everything because this is what I kind of want to get out there for the people that may not be familiar with you to know your accolades and your accomplishments that you have done thus far in your career, which is quite astounding. The level of names and actors and actresses that you have worked with and movies and projects that you have been a part of. It's just it just shows that Chicago, is not just we get a lot of bad slack for a lot of stuff in the media, but we're doing some great things, and we got some great people from Chicago, natives from Chicago, like yourself. That's doing some big shit, stuff around here. So yeah. I can't cuss. My mom may be watching, so She told me stop all that cussing.
I don't blame her. You need to.
I can't do any swearing. My mom, she knows that I'm in, and I'm using a lot of profanity, and she's really wiping my mouth out with soap, and she's like, I can't tell the ladies at the church to watch this particular show or this particular film because she got potty mouth. So I understand how that is with moms and grandmas and siblings and sisters.
Man, I lie to you not, bro. I lie to you not. We were doing a show, and I think I said a cuss word or whatever. And my mom texted me, "Stop doing all that cussing on the show." I'm looking like, who's texting me? And they know I'm doing the show right now. And it was my mom talking about them. Stop doing all that cussing. I said, "Okay, mom. All right."
It's interesting how they the dialogue can be kind of salty at times, and then I turn around and I do a film like Paul's Promise, which is again faith-based filming, and then some of those people who I befriended and started to follow my career are probably thinking, wait a minute, what the heck is going on here? Because of the language, but I let them know that some of the projects were shot before that one, and even afterwards, a lot of times when you handed these jobs, you can kind of negotiate with the directors about avoiding some of the salty language, but sometimes they're a stickler for it, but I understand it's within the character, so that's what allows for me to be able to do it. And I'll explain to any young artist who has an issue with language is to understand that, you're performing, and just to be clear, and that's how it works for me. But not everyone operates that way. Some folks just refuse to do it if it has, profanity or drugs, or too much sexual content into it. I tried to look at it from the standpoint I did when I was a young kid on the south side of Chicago. It was playing make-believe. Same way when I played Cowboys and Indians. I really wasn't Indian. I really wasn't a cowboy. I wasn't a soldier. I was playing one. And so as I grew up and got into the business, I understood that the roles that I play. That's why I try. If you notice, there's not too many films where I look the same.
I noticed that. I did notice that.
I refuse to. One of my favorite films was an oldie. It was called The Man of a Thousand Faces with James Cagney, and it's about Lon Chaney, an old silent film actor who came from Broadway or off Broadway, but he was a makeup artist. So he would change his look to the point to where you would never notice him. And I remember watching that as a young kid, thinking to myself, there's something to that. Because I love looking at different projects and looking completely. I actually make sure that if I did this in this particular show, this particular film, I'll try to get away from it in the next one. Like try to alter it, grow my hair, cut my hair, go bald, dye it white, dye it brown, whatever I need to do. I just like changing things up because I want, when the audience is watching the performance, they know, not that it's a performance, but they get so lost. And I remember I had a friend of mine who came to the Hell Hath No Fury film. He's a great actor himself, Pete Casper, and who was actually from Chicago as well. And he said to me, but he wasn't blessed enough to go to St. Leo. He went to some other school, but it wasn't Leo though. But I still love him.
Right.
So, but he said to me during a screening of a project, he leaned over and he goes, "I don't see you up on that screen." And I thought that was the best compliment I could get, is that there's always something different, whether I was younger or older or this or that, in the wheelchair, not in the wheelchair. I love playing such a diverse array of characters. So,
I got a question for you.
Good. Caramel, take it away.
So, Joseph, when did you know that you wanted to be an actor? When did you know that?
even before Leo, I would say when I was a young kid, I'm sitting there, south side of Chicago, looking out the window, uh, wondering what else, and just wanted to I remember sitting. My grandfather was very protective, him and my grandmother of me, and so because my mom and dad were working a lot, I would spend a lot of time with my grandparents, and
Mhm.
he would just watch television over and over and over and over again. So whenever all my friends were out playing and having fun and doing whatever, I was at the time I felt stuck. It's kind of weird that we think our parents are punishing us, or we think that we're missing out on something. And I just became so in love with television and the cinema, and then my mom, she worked as a projectionist at the movie theaters.
Mm.
So I would go with her to work, put on our PJs, my sisters and I, and we would just sit up in the booth and watch movie after movie after movie after movie, and that became uh, my place to go to. Uh, that's my happy space, So I would say I was very young. I was maybe about 9, 10, where I wanted to create characters. I remember once my grandfather had some friends over, and my granddaddy said, hey, it's time for your friends to go home. It's getting late. So they left, or so he assumed they left. The next thing you know, he's hearing all these voices coming from my room, and I could hear him banging on the door. I thought I told you you can't have any more company. And he opened the door, and it was just me there, making all these different voices. And he turned to my grandmother, and he said, "That boy needs Jesus. Something wrong with that boy." I heard like 4 voices up in there. And I remember I felt kind of sad. And my grandmother, she pulled me aside. And she says, "Baby," she's from the South. When we from the South, everything starts with baby.
Baby.
Baby, let me tell
Yeah.
you. They paying people out in California to do what you're doing in your room for free. I'm 9 years old. You can't tell me that once she said that.
Once she said that, that was it.
It made sense to me that this could be a job.
Mm.
That I can make a living doing something that I love to do, which was creating different characters and entertaining.
Okay. That's cool. That's cool. So it's like your grandma saw that in you.
Absolutely.
She put that in you. That's really, really cool.
Yeah, she prayed that she was correct and not my grandfather. My grandfather wanted to have an exorcism. So it was
yeah, that's what it definitely sounds like.
He was like, that boy needs Jesus. We need to pray for him. So
get them people up out of him.
Yes. Because what happened is, when you say you want to be in the entertainment industry, and it doesn't matter if it's music, dance, acting, singing, whatever the case may be, depending on where your parents or what your parents' background is, that may not be a reality that they can relate to.
And that's true.
Then when they look at it, the numbers are so small of how many can make it. All they see is the 99%. And I remember very clearly, again, my family saying, well, 99% of the people who try to do this don't make it. And I remember so vividly saying, well, I feel sorry for those 99. Because you're not talking about it. And I always knew that. Yes, that there's a large percentage of individuals who don't succeed. But I was so driven, and also I learned to wear so many different hats that I knew I just didn't rely on the acting. I knew I could write, I could direct, I could produce, I could edit. I just wanted to get in the door. And once I got in the door, I would find my way to get to where I need to be. And that has literally been how my life has been. I remember seeing that. I remember when I first came out to Los Angeles, some friends of mine, we were in line to go to this club, and the line is around the back. And I remember we were right at the end of a block, getting ready to cross the alleyway. And I looked over, and I saw the back door to the club. And one of the cooks came out. He was smoking a cigarette, and he went around the corner. And I looked to the left, and I saw how long the line was to get into the front. and I saw that back door wide open. That back door was calling my name. And I ran to that back door. My friends are still in front of me, so they have no idea that I jumped out of line and ran through the back door. Got in
I've been the same way.
Went and got my wristband, came out. They're like, how'd you get in? They looking around like, what? I showed them my wristband and went back in. And they could not understand. So I've always been one. I remember a young lady I dated, won't say her name because she's a wonderful person, but I remember her father said to me, "You're an opportunist." And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. And I started to get very defensive. And he stopped me. This is when I was, well, I can't even say where I was because then
we know who you was talking about.
I was about to say what school.
Give us the clues. Give us the clues.
Well, I'm not going to say it. So I remember getting very kind of defensive. And he stopped. He goes, no, it was Webster's dictionary.
Yeah.
Webster's dictionary of an opportunist is one who takes opportunity of the advantages that present itself.
Yeah.
He goes, there's nothing negative about that, Joseph. He goes, we've given it a negative connotation. Don't you ever think it's a negative thing. And I was like, whoo, thank you, Jesus. I mean, he still didn't want me to date his daughter, but that's a whole different conversation for a different day. But what he said to me about being that way and seeing opportunities present itself has stuck with me. And I think that's the thing that, again, if I'm talking to anyone, not just in the arts, I think in any industry, it doesn't matter what you're doing in life. You have to be an opportunist. You have to take those chances and see those moments that may be in the corner yet, but yet you still have to start the process of getting there. So,
yeah, it sounds like you understood that it was for your good, that you do it for like positive things. You know what I'm saying? Because it's opportunists who take advantage of negative things. You know what I'm saying? So, but you do it in a more of a positive manner.
Well, because I wanted, I knew, again, going back to where we went to high school and just life in general on the south side of Chicago, just in any city, you want to be that individual that other kids look up to.
Yeah.
That you can be a role model, whether you're choosing to be or not. You can literally be that individual that others can watch and see that it's possible. And I love knowing that because many have done it for me. There's so many of my role models that I've called out. They had no idea that they impacted my life. And I'm sure we all have people like that they would never believe that something that we saw them do or heard them say changed the course of our whole direction. And I have a number of people that had that effect on me. And I'm thankful and hopefully blessed that I can do that for someone else.
Yeah, and I thank you too, because you've even gave me some tips as far as myself pursuing acting and everything. So one thing, you just never know who's watching you. And it's very important is how you carry yourself. And even when you reach a certain level of success, still be willing to give back.
Man, you have to give back, and you have to be aware, as you said, you don't know who's watching. You have no idea who is observing your behavior, or you're even just you sitting there quiet. And some places I can go in the room and I'll sit and I'll just observe and watch. And I'm sure there are others who do the same. And I knew when I was young, like most young people, you think you know everything. And, you burn some bridges. I know when I was in college and undergrad, I burned a lot of bridges, and got kicked off the team and things of that sort. And, I've gone back and apologized to some of the coaches. Some I haven't been able to, but if I ever get an opportunity, I will. Because I didn't understand that it was bigger than me.
Yeah.
And I think once you realize that when you're blessed with something, it is bigger than you, I think you're less likely to make those dumb choices. Mm-hmm. But I'm glad that I made it in my 20s.
Yeah.
Which was last week, by the way. But still, that's neither here nor there. So,
Okay.
But if you went to school with the award, and
No, don't.
let's move on.
oh, okay, okay.
Exactly.
Moving on.
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
Don't say,
Moving right
I'm
along.
just saying.
hey,
Moving right along here.
I love your school. You know, I changed my mind now. Your school was the best school ever.
Thank you.
You know,
I'm quiet
she
now.
she tried
You know,
it.
gives the best.
Really tried. She tried it. She tried it, Jay. She tried it.
Like, no, I
Should have
can't
been a
say.
dolphin.
Yeah.
She tried it, Jay. She tried it for a hot second there with us.
That's that Whitney Young. That's that Whitney Young. That's that Michelle
Should
Obama
have been a
thing.
dolphin.
See, she got that Michelle Obama thing up in there. That's
Yes.
where Michelle went. Whitney Young.
Really, yeah. Should have been a dolphin.
Y'all are hilarious. But listen, we were talking about the writer's strike and the actor's strike. And I've seen some really crazy stuff on the internet. I know Terrence Howard was talking about how when he did Hustle and Flow, he only got paid, what was it, $5,000 or something like that. And the rap that he did, the film company claimed the name of his character so they can keep all the money from the proceeds of the rap that he did in the movie. That was just crazy to me. And then I saw other actors, was it P-Valley, Brandy, her name is Brandy, who plays the stripper on P-Valley. She showed on IG some checks that she got, and it was for like $1.25. I saw that and I was appalled.
But you want to know something? To me, and I'm sorry, to me, people have to, and I know those opportunities come up for them. You know what I'm saying? They feel like, oh, this is the way to get in, this, that, and the other. So they be so excited. Sometimes they don't read that fine print that has those statements there. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we have to kind of make sure we get a lawyer and all that stuff, looking over that stuff, making sure it's a good contract.
You know, I'm on the fence though.
Okay.
And the reason why I'm on the fence because, you know, I've worn all the different hats. The actor in me, I get it. Read the fine print. The producer in me, that was brilliant. So I can have a conversation with myself, argue with myself. The producer part of me was going, look here, you ain't nobody. You trying to get in. I'm giving you an opportunity.
Yeah.
Take this darn job. I'm going to give you a couple of dollars so you can eat. You make good money off this show, or should I say you make a good name for yourself because he was nominated for an Oscar.
And it's
now you take that money. Now, see, that's the thing you got to understand. He forgot to mention that part.
Mm-hmm.
You forgot to mention that the film got nominated. And I think he was nominated. So that nomination now gives you the opportunity to make up the money that you didn't make on that particular project. Yeah. And that's how I look at it. So now as a producer and a writer and an actor, all the different hats, I see each side.
Yeah.
As an actor, I go in and I know sometimes I may get a job. I know my agents and my managers who are watching, you know, they fight as much as they can to get as much as we can. Mm-hmm. They also have come to me and been very brilliant about, we're going to take this one. We're going to take this on the chin, but it's going to benefit us in the long run. And so you have to trust your team. So it's not always about the dollar signs. Yes, it's easy to say I only made 6,000 or 5,000 on Hustle and Flow. And you paint that picture like, you know, you may have been kind of screwed over. But the flip side is you had an opportunity. They probably wouldn't have given him the money he wanted because without Hustle and Flow, he wasn't the Terrence Howard that he became.
Yeah.
So at that point, you know, they was like, look, we don't give away $100,000. We ain't getting Terrence. We calling up Idris. This is it. Somebody, Joseph, somebody else.
Yeah.
So like, look, we got this amount.
Hmm.
So though that's the business side that I think sometimes can get missed, but only by me being blessed enough to wear all the different hats again as a producer and everything else, I realize there's some give and take. You know, you may have to spend most of your money in the project to get the film done.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
You know, I talk about Star Wars. I think if I'm not mistaken, everybody in Star Wars took a percentage except for Luke Skywalker, who was a big star at the time. I forgot his name, the actor's
Mark
real
Hamill.
Mark Hamill. Yeah, Mark Hamill. So everyone else, from Harrison Ford to Carrie Fisher, they all took a percentage. They got gazillions of dollars
Yeah.
when Star Wars blew up. Mark Hamill took his 50 G's and was sitting there going, damn, that wasn't a smart move. So
Hmm.
you understand. And I remember I did a film with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Van Damme. Yeah, I saw
And
that.
we were shooting in Thailand. I remember a story that he was supposed to do, I think, a Red Bull commercial. He's supposed to be in the face of Red Bull. And at the time, the energy drinks weren't, I shouldn't have said his name. I should have just, anyway. Yeah, I'm going to let it go. I should have just told the story and not said who it was and let you figure it out. But yeah, I don't need anybody
Okay.
You just gonna let that go.
knocking at my door. Be like, look here, Joseph, we got a lawsuit. No, I'm good. But anyway,
But no, we definitely get that picture. We definitely get the picture of what you're saying. But do you think
Yeah.
he has claim or stock? I mean, because like you said, if he probably didn't take that opportunity to take that movie, Hustle and Flow, will we even know him as Lucius Lyons right now?
probably not.
Because I'm definitely know
Probably not.
that movie right there created that right there.
Yes,
You know
absolutely.
what I'm saying?
Absolutely. 100%. So we have to, I believe that there is a sacrifice within this industry. I tell people all the time who, as soon as they get to California, they say the craziest things like, I'm going to give myself 6 months. And I'm like, excuse me? I'm going to give myself 6 months. And if I don't make it in 6 months, I'm going home. I'm like, well, you might as well go home right now.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that's like showing up at, Universal or Six Flags Great America or Disneyland at 6 o'clock in the evening, and you want to get on the ride first. And there's people been there since 8 o'clock in the morning.
Hmm.
And you're not willing to pay for the fast pass. You just got a general admission ticket, but you still don't understand why you got to wait in line that takes a whole hour just to get on the merry-go-round. So you have to, and that's how it is, I think, in life. You have to want it bad enough. You have to see where you can navigate your way up. It's not a straight line. So you have to be willing to zigzag. You know, you zig this way. You may be in this line for a little bit. You have to zig over here. It's like driving in traffic.
Hmm.
It's like driving in traffic, I believe, on a Friday night at rush hour. No one stays in the same lane straight through. You're zigging and you're zagging. It's the same way. You zig and
Wow.
zag, I believe.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Joseph Cannon on here. He up here dropping some jewels on us. Man, the stuff that he is just letting us know, just about the industry and how things work. I mean, this is some really good stuff, and we're just happy to have him on board, y'all. Yeah, definitely. Like, go
I have
ahead.
one more question. I want to know, like, so what up and coming projects will we see you on that you can talk about?
Yes, Chief of Station is
Station.
there's a few films. Chief of Station with Olga Kurylenko and Aaron Eckhart and
Okay.
Alex Pettifer. That's the one we shot in Budapest. I have Euphoria. Wait, Deadly Euphoria. That's with Robin Givens.
Okay.
That should be coming out. And let me see what else. Oh my goodness! This a John Claude film, Soldiers. John Claude Van Damme, Soldiers.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
The new miniseries, Fire. We just had the screening for that last Sunday. That's a 6 episodes.
And what is that playing on?
That's going to be They just announced it last week. Oh my God!
Because there's so many streaming services. So
Yeah, I know. There's tons of streaming services, and then hopefully, a la carte gets picked up for a third season.
A la carte. And I have to, and I'm sorry because I do have All Black. I've been paying for All Black for forever. Before it was something else. I can't even remember the name. And I haven't tuned into there because I be so busy with everything else.
Yeah, but you have to, you know what?
I'm gonna have to watch it. I'm gonna have to watch it because I like All Black. That's the only reason I pay my $4.99 or $5.99, whatever I pay for it every month.
Right. But yeah, All Black. It's actually the shows on there, the talent.
Yes.
It's very again. I'm very thankful. As we said earlier. To Megan Good and Dejon Talton and Deontay Stacks for Megan Good is the producer. Deontay.
Yeah. I wanted to get back on a la carte before we had got interrupted. The show is produced by Megan Good and some of the other directors that you have mentioned, and this is in its second season, as we kind of stated or whatever before we got cut off. The show is just very smart, like I was just saying, very smart. And how did it come about for you to get on that show? Was this a show that you wanted to get on?
Yes, I had. You know how as an actor you watch certain things and you get excited and hopeful that maybe you could be considered for it. I knew that it was centered around 20-somethings. So that put me on the fence. I know somebody from Whitney Young would probably say it threw me way over the fence, but I'm not gonna say any names or point any fingers.
No comments. No comments.
I'm not gonna point.
I'm not gonna put you out there like that.
But so I wanted to be on the show, but I knew I was watching and I was seeing how it was centered on the 20-somethings, and I was like, okay, I'm great. I can look a lot of things. I don't know if I can pull off looking 20. But,
didn't he just say he was in his 20s?
Yeah, I just turned 29, but, in dog years. But anyway.
Dog years. Oh, my God.
I'm 27, so I'm kind of right behind you, bro.
So, it's delusional how the opportunity came up, and I was very thrilled. And my wife on the show, Jo Manning, who is phenomenal. I mean, she is not only is she breathtaking, she is so talented and so gifted, and it was an honor to work opposite her. And we are actually working on a new series together entitled "I Cannot Believe I Didn't Even Mention Ain't No Way." Ain't No Way is a show that I'm producing and have written, and my wife on a la carte, Jo Manning, is headlining this show. Ain't No Way. With it's just a great group of actresses, and I'm feeling very blessed to have them all on there with me.
So wait a minute. Let's go back.
Yes.
Let's go back. Megan Good.
Oh my God! See, I knew he was gonna say Megan Good again.
I know. Everyone does. No one's even asking about. Even my family was like,
I can't. Listen, but I cannot.
Is this what we're gonna say?
Conclude this interview without knowing about my boo.
Okay.
Man, she don't even know she your boo.
Look, she's amazing. She's
she know it in my head, huh? She know it as we act things out in my head together. All right. So
scared right now. She's probably scared if she watched it. She's probably scared if she watched it.
But no, in all seriousness, how is it working with a queen like that? Just
down to earth,
all actress as herself.
Well, some people, you meet, they say you never meet your heroes, and you can be disappointed. But in this particular case, she comes as the advertised. I think Megan is phenomenal. Not only aesthetically beautiful, as just a kind heart, very talented, very welcoming to the new cast members and those who just came on this year, like myself. Didn't feel like an outsider. Was welcomed and just very professional and her resume is ridiculous. So
Yeah.
you observe and you're thankful to be a part of it, and you leave again appreciative, and you hope that you continue to work together in the future.
Yeah. Now I posted a scene on my page from a la carte. Very good stuff.
Thank you.
And when you smacked your hand on the table, I thought you was about to knock some people out at the table. Preferably your son who's playing your actor, the actor that's playing your son.
Yes, Kendall is his name.
He's superb. He's an awesome actor.
Yes, Kendall is a phenomenal actor. I was blessed to play his dad.
I thought you were about to lay down the law, man. You banged on that table. I was like, hot damn.
Well, I'll let you watch the episode, and then you see there's other things that happen in that episode that's very interesting. So once you get to, and that was the season finale for season 2, actually, that aired Thursday night, entitled The Glutton, if I'm not mistaken, episode 10, season 2. So when you watch the show, you see, that final episode, because whenever the final episode of any series is always very dramatic. There's a lot of angers, because you want the people to want to come back for the following year. So this whole episode is like you sitting there and you just gasping, as my aunt would say, you clutching your pearls. You sit there clutching your pearls going, oh no, they didn't. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. And so it was cool to see it. It was cool to see the direction that they're going in, and I'm more and hopeful that in the next season,
you'll be back.
Lori Moore, my character, is again there to wreak more havoc on his son. So
cool.
I liked it. I loved it. So we don't want to keep you
this week on it because I have the week off from work. So hey, I can catch up on it this week.
Up because it's again it's first of all, you're paying for it. That's the first thing. You're paying for it.
I am, and I need to catch up on my shows.
You know what I'm saying? You might as well catch up on it, and before you go to all the other channels and other shows, start with a la carte.
Well, no, I'm gonna tell you something. I did watch the show. I watched all the seasons. House Divided is what got me to back.
Okay.
House Divided, and it was another show about some twins, but I can't even remember because I stopped watching it after the first season. But a la carte, I'm gonna watch both seasons.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good. Like I said before, I watched the first season and a few episodes of the second season. Very good show. And I'm not just gaslighting or anything like that. Very good. The actors, the storylines, very well written and thought out. And so just really, really good. And I've already talked to Joseph. Hopefully we can have Megan Good do an interview on the rundown. I do.
Oh, Megan Good, because he gonna be starstruck now. I'm gonna tell you. I've
already talked to Joseph, so he's reaching out or whatever. So hopefully we can make that happen. And Megan on the rundown.
It's nothing like meeting that one star that will definitely get you starstruck. Because I've worked for the radio station, so I met a whole bunch of different celebrities. Right. I met even Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard was real, real cool. The one that got me. Even I met Usher, and I'm still in love with Usher.
No.
But the one that got me, hold up, can I tell you the one that got me? And it's so funny. Brandy. Brandy is the one that I got starstruck on. Like I got all excited, like, oh my gosh, I mean Brandy. Yes, Brandy was the one that got me for real.
Yeah. I think we all have that artist or singer or whoever,
I can't really say that because anybody that knows
Good get on here, you be. Yeah.
Oh Lord,
we gonna watch you. We gonna watch you.
Yo, Caramel, he's gonna be stuttering. He's gonna be,
Yep. We gonna be like,
he's not gonna be.
award. We got this award. That's what me and
You know how Jamie Foxx be on
take it over.
like, oh my Lord Jesus.
You're a mess.
Be like that. I'll probably be like that for Megan Good. I'll be like, oh my Lord Jesus. I'll fall out and pass out probably. But
we just be like, just ignore the word. He'll be back in a moment. But Megan, that working out.
You know what?
Slow down right now.
To be honest with you, I met Halle Berry and talked to her or whatever, and I was good. So anybody that knows me knows that Brian McKnight is my all-time favorite singer. I love me some Brian.
No more. That's not his name. What's
he changed it to what did he change it to?
Uma Lakusa. I don't know.
That's not it neither. I don't think that's it.
But I know he changed it to something.
He did change it to his newborn son's name to have that, it be legally that they have the same name.
Yeah.
I can't remember it as of now, but I met Brian McKnight some years ago in Chicago, and we were in the VIP section, him and I, just sitting right next to each other, and we're talking the whole night long in VIP. So I was cool. It was just like talking to an old buddy. It was like when we were talking, it was like we've been knowing each other for years. So it was a really dope experience.
Come around. What?
It probably would. I don't know, because like I said, I met Halle Berry and I talked and interviewed and just chilling with Halle Berry. So
that's still not Megan Good.
Yeah, but we talk about Halle Berry. I mean, that's kind of up there. They kind of both the same, they up there, So I was good. I was really good.
I'm just saying.
Make sure it's televised.
But Caramel, right now, can I be honest? Right now,
what's up?
My feelings are hurt because he didn't faint when I came on. See, and we went to the high school together, and I didn't get no fame. He was sitting back going, "Yeah, this is my boy." He was like we just shot some hoops yesterday.
Oh.
He didn't. He gave me a nice little intro. I know
do that. Oh.
He gave me that.
Hold up. Maybe he gave you that Brian McKnight love that he gave Brian McKnight. They chums.
Hey, wait a minute. I think I did better when we started this segment back off before we got cut off. I think I did a little better.
Yeah, but see, the question is, though, the one we got cut off on, is the audience going to see that part?
I don't know. They might have seen it when it was clipped. I'm not sure because this is
so
all.
That means that means that whole opening intro where you talked about the greatness of Joseph Cannon and
something. We're gonna add some more to that because we do have the great Joseph Cannon on here right now. I mean, the great, fantastic, amazing Joseph Cannon.
You're not getting her started.
You got it.
Because the fact that they cut out we always comparing me with Denzel and Idris and all that stuff. And I just it hurts me, but I get it. I understand that the young lady in the car was in charge of the thing, and I'm not gonna blame her because I know she had to charge her. Yeah. But when you were, I'm sorry, because I'm thinking about it, Caramel is bringing tears to my eyes.
Here goes the actor. Here goes the actor in him.
You said Denzel and Joseph in the same sentence. Hold on a second.
We need a violin. We need a violin.
Yeah.
We need a violin.
They hit home, right?
I truly appreciate that because
you are great. You're fantastic, Joseph. First of all, you're Joseph Cannon. Come on, Joseph Cannon. That's all that needs to be said.
Maybe not Cannon so loud because some people wonder if I got the same behavior as Nick Cannon, and I have to clarify.
Okay. But you're hold up. So you're not Nick Cannon. Let's throw that out. You're Joseph Cannon.
Joseph Cannon.
Cannon. Let's just make that known.
Absolutely.
And if you ever need me to introduce you anywhere, just let me know.
Thank you. I'm really happy. First of all, let me say I love your show, and I love what you all are doing.
Thank you.
I'm very thankful. I'm proud of my brother from Leo, obviously, but
Yeah.
just beyond that, the fact that, as we talked about earlier about the school motto, factor non-verbal,
Yeah.
just go do it. Basically,
Yeah.
we had the Nike logo before the Nike thing. It was just do it. That's basically what they were saying, but they were saying it in Greek.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
just get it done.
Joseph,
Yes, sir.
before we get you out of here, because we know that you're extremely busy, got a lot going on out there in the A and everything. I mean, you got a slew of projects that's coming up.
Yes.
Ain't no way.
Talk to us real quick. What would you tell young Joseph right now? Speak to the young Joseph that is down on the inside. Speak to him right now. What would you tell him right now to encourage him? What would you say?
Keep doing what you're doing. Don't question. I mean, I never questioned myself. It's very interesting because young Joseph knew, and I think as much as I would love, obviously as an artist, and sometimes when you win awards for doing your craft, it's not about the awards. And I know that for me, the Oscar, especially for films, is like, the epitome of, again,
Pinnacle. Yeah.
right, exactly. And as much as I would love to win one, I don't think they really want me on stage accepting an Oscar award because
Why so?
I know that what I'm going to say will not fit because let's be honest, there is not an entertainer out there that has not stood in front of a mirror with a brush, a hair comb, a curling iron, and given some speech. But they all get up there and they say, "Oh my God, I never imagined." And I believe you're doing a disservice to the young artists who are watching, who have stood in front of that mirror, who have written those speeches in their mind. Because if they do, that you've done the same thing. If someone got up there and said, "Yeah, I saw this. I saw this." Yes, it was hard. I still had to work. But I'm not going to pretend like I didn't imagine this. Because no one takes a job or a career and imagine mediocrity.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think if you're going to be honest with your fans, you're going to be honest with those viewing, you have to be honest with the fact that there's no way you came in this industry. You packed your bags, you left Iowa, you hopped in the car with a half a quarter tank of gas or whatever, and you went someplace and you didn't think you were going to be at the pinnacle? Come on, man. Come on. No one does that. And I know we got to be humble and we try to be PC and we try because our parents tell us be humble. But I also think our parents also taught us to be honest.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I think what I would say to young Joseph and what I would say to anyone is because I was a man. There's no one who would be younger.
That was going to be my next question. What would you tell the aspiring Josephs coming behind you?
Man, doing what you're doing. First of all, tell your parents, hush, hush. Because most time parents are going to tell you about the possibility of failure. And I get they're trying to protect you, but they also may be projecting their own limitations.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would say to the young Josephs and the young anyone out there, just support your dreams. And, we can't pick our family and we can't pick our role models, but we can pick who inspires us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think that's the thing. You have to choose wisely. You have to choose individuals who live by an example, who, as they say, if you're the smartest one in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Mm-hmm.
So you always want to go someplace where you can learn. And that's where I was blessed. I always, back in Leo, which a lot of people didn't know until some interviews I've done over the past few years, I had a horrible speech impediment. Oh my God.
Wow.
I couldn't put two words together unless I prepared. And so even guys I went to high school with didn't know. People I knew in college didn't realize I stuttered horribly. And so I would prepare by reading ahead. You know how you're in a classroom and teachers will call on you? I would see them going around the room. And I would jump ahead 2 or 3 paragraphs. And when it got to that paragraph, I would throw my hands up in the air. And every teacher, they were so predictable. Every teacher loved your enthusiasm. So when they see a kid that's enthusiastic, they pick me. I read the paragraph that I practiced. The whole time everybody else was reading, I wasn't even paying attention to what they were talking about. I was just practicing just so I could get away with when it got to me. I was never caught off guard. And no one knew for years. High school.
Wow.
No one knew that. It pops in every now and then until I was in undergrad. And there was a report that I had to get done in order to continue to be eligible to play basketball.
Wow.
And I had forgotten my assignment in the communication class. And the instructor said, well, you have to give an oral report. I was like, what? He says, you have to give your report orally or take the F.
Wow.
And I just got up there and I gave the speech. And what was interesting was I stood in front of I'll say the audience, but it was a class. I didn't realize it felt like an audience to me. And there's something about being in front of people that changes the way my brain operates, which affects the words that come out of my mouth. That when I know I'm being watched, man, I'm a beast. And I know this. And I'm comfortable in that space. But once I sat back down, I was back, whatever. And I don't today have no idea why that is. But there's something about when you're on stage or the camera's on you or anything of that sort that I remember even when I played basketball. I think one of the things that hurt me was the fact that I was more concerned about how many people were in the stands than my play. Because if the court was empty, I didn't really care about playing. But if we had a packed house, I'm putting on a show.
You like having the audience.
Man.
Them endorphins, I think it's the endorphins in you. Once they get pumped and started,
man,
that's what it is.
And it's the fact that I know that over half of those watching are waiting for you to fail. I don't think that's what gets me. It's not the as my buddy from DePaul would say, it's not the attaboys. It's not the good jobs. It's the one who are just waiting. And we all know this. Trust me. There's people who watch your podcast. Trust me. Some from Leo, some from Whitney Young. And they sitting there going, this ain't going to work. This ain't going to work. I'm waiting to.
You just mentioned something else, DePaul. Did you go there too?
Yeah.
I'm an alumni of DePaul too, so
go ahead. Okay.
I got my grad degree from there, so yeah.
That's why I got mine. Yeah, go Blue Demons. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah. So you go in and you know that they're not everyone, and it's not. I just think it's just knowing that not everyone is rooting for you.
Yeah.
Excites me. There's nothing I get a bigger kick out of than knowing you have to go home and say, well, maybe he sucked tomorrow. She didn't suck today. My job is to send you home thinking, okay, I'm gonna come back tomorrow. If we remember, majority of Muhammad Ali's fan base were people who went to go see him lose.
Mm.
They wanted
Yeah.
to be there because he was the mouth from the South. They felt that he was such a braggart. They wanted to be in attendance when he failed. It's like people who watched Deion Sanders at Colorado.
So I'm just about to say that, sort of like what's going on with Deion.
Same thing, same thing. People are excited that this team is struggling, but they're not really struggling. No one expected them to do anything. And when he started to, but the great thing about Deion, he understands that comes along with, I know the same thing. I know that, there's moments when things didn't turn out the way I wanted to. And like when I got kicked off the team in college, in undergrad, there were people celebrating. They were like, the Munchkins in Wizard of Oz after Dorothy killed the witch. Oh, they were going around singing, ding dong, the witch is dead, the wicked is the witch. They were so excited when I got kicked off the team for being, they were like, it was their Mardi Gras.
Jeez.
It was their Mardi Gras. But I understood it. Because when you talk as much crap as I do,
yeah.
And I don't consider it crap. I just see what's in front of me. Okay. So I remember I'm watching games and the team is losing, and it's not making sense to me. If we're losing by a lot, that means that what you're doing ain't working. Mm-hmm. Then why don't you change it up? So I would look down the bench and look over at the coach and point to the sign and point to the score. And I'm like, this ain't making sense to me. Now, obviously, you're not supposed to do that because people think you're showing up the coach. But I'm looking at it,
and the coach looking at you like,
yes. But I'm looking at it from the perspective of your way ain't working. That's all I gotta say. That's all I'm saying. I'm looking at the score. We down by 90 points. It's only the first quarter. Why are we losing by 90 in the first quarter? I'm trying to figure out, are we that bad? And if so, put the rest of us in and maybe we can change it. That was my thought process. Mm-hmm. It was never about trying to show up the coach or anything else. And I remember very clearly when I got kicked off the team, I'm crying, I'm devastated. And I'm in the cafeteria. We had this coach. He had a curly afro, but he wasn't black. He was a Jewish cat. He had what they call, I can't even say what it used to be called because it's not PC to say it, but he had a curly fro.
Yeah.
And he was Jewish. So, put the two together, what they used to call it. And so he saw me in the cafeteria and he had a pipe. And the pipe was, whatever tobacco he was smoking wasn't a favorite of mine. And it's just very powerful to the smell. And he saw me and he looked and he's from the South. He go, Joseph, the cream always rises to the top. And I'm looking at him. And he said it 2 or 3 more times. Now I'm 17, 18 years old. I just out of high school, out of Leo. And, I'm sitting there and I'm in tears. And I'm thinking to myself, why is this man talking to me about coffee? I didn't get the metaphor, cream always rises to the top. I'm like, why is he talking to me about coffee?
Some things you get later.
Yeah, my whole world was devastated. My whole world was turned upside down. This man talking to me about some damn coffee. That was my thought as a 19-year-old, as a 20-year-old. But then I understood what he was saying. And so it's kind of interesting now that my life has turned the way it is, and I've been blessed to do the things that I'm doing. And I'm sure there's some people who celebrated that moment when I got kicked off that aren't thrilled when they're going through their remote or they paying their money and they sitting in the theater and they go, oh, not his dad. Oh, no, not him. Oh, Lord Jesus. Anybody but him. And I'm sure, we have that. We have that in our family. We have that in our friends. We just don't sometimes want to admit it, but we have it. We have it. It's human nature, and I don't think it's anything against us. I think it's the mirror aspect, because sometimes you can reflect or make people question what they aren't doing.
Yeah.
And that creates an uncomfortableness.
What you just said was it brought my mind back to, I've been blessed. Caramel's been in the industry or whatever as well, the media. She's met and, interviewed a lot of people, but I've been blessed to have interviewed so many of celebrities and cover different events and award shows and red carpets. And it brought my mind back to what you were saying. especially when I first started out in media and being a correspondent, of trying to get those yeses to certain events and certain award shows, and the people that were over these events, or the spearheads over it, they would give me their no, and they would say, it was just a no, that I couldn't do media coverage,
Right.
especially first starting out. And their no to them was the end all be all. But God had the final say.
Right.
And so when God worked it out for me to be in those same events or spaces that they gave me their no to, that I couldn't cover, that I couldn't do the interviews to certain celebrities or whatever like that, it brought so much joy to my face when I would see them at the event, or we're happy to get on the same elevator, and they'll look like, what the hell are you doing here?
Right.
You sum them up, I told you no. And it just made me feel so good just hearing you talk, like their no or their critiques didn't define the yes that God had for you. The yes that the people that celebrated you getting kicked off the team, seeing you on TV, I know that's got to be a awesome feeling, because I know it was for me.
It's no different than we say about dating. Nothing makes you feel better than to see your ex with that loser. You like, see, I told you, girl. I told you. You let it slip through your fingers, girl. I told you. You don't believe me. It's the same way. Nothing.
Yeah.
It's the same exact thing. Or if they're not doing what they want to do and they run into you, I've seen people literally cross the street and go the other direction. I mean, literally, like almost get hit by traffic. Literally, to get away.
Because they saw you.
They saw someone coming, and it's like,
wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm watching them. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm telling, watch out. And they look behind trees. I'm like, that's a lot of effort. That's a lot of effort. All right, that's too much effort.
Yeah.
And I don't have that sort of. I'm like, I'm walking past everyone. I wish everyone well. And young artists in any field, just go after your dreams. Don't stop. And it's not, as we've heard many people say, God didn't tell you about my dream. He told me.
Yep. And
so that's all I can go by.
That's it.
I don't get it. Well, he didn't tell you. This is what was said to me. I've looked at it, I've evaluated it. Do you honestly think that anybody in their right mind was signed up to be told no 90% of the time? 99% of the time?
Nah.
And I tell people, when you see us on the red carpet, most people you see on the red carpet, they're almost in tears. They smiling because they thinking, I ain't got a job. How you doing? They posing and they trying to get that next job. Because at that moment, the job they're posing for, they already shot.
It's over.
It's over.
It's done. They got paid already.
All that. So you up there hoping that you got something else in the pipe, So
yeah,
I think it's anything. It's not just entertainment. I think it's just life in general. I think that that's why it's hard for me to work in corporate America, because I have this theory. If my name ain't on the building, I'm not making the same effort for you that I'm gonna make for me.
Thank you.
And that's the truth.
My name got to be on the building. My name. I wish I had my
same way.
Hat with me. I had my hat with me. I will show you.
I'm the same way.
My name got to be on the building. If my name ain't on the building, you gonna get.
I'm working for you. Yeah.
You're
gonna get exactly what you need of me to get, no more, no less.
You get majority of minimum. I'm gonna give you the maximum of minimum. I'm gonna show up. I'm not gonna let your building burn down. But if it is, I'll call 911. But I'm not gonna get I can't do it. It's like, and I walk around. This is what I look at. This is me, man. This is my mantra right here. It's Team Canada. If my name ain't on it, I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. My name has to be on it. And if it's canon anywhere, I'm gonna put it in the work. And so that's why my production company is entitled Canon Vision. And because, you know, if you get a chance, watch the Sylvester Stallone documentary on Netflix. It's called Slide. And it basically sums up what a lot of us feel. I know I watched it last night, and everything he talked about, I can relate to. That, you know, people didn't see him starring in Rocky. People didn't see him because he had that little look. You know, we find out that when he was a kid, he was born with part of his mouth was paralyzed. That's why he talked to the side like this right here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He's paralyzed since he was a kid. Yeah. That's why I tell you, hey, yo, Adrian, yo. That's not an act. That's based on the paralysis, and he still made it work. And he used his writing. He says, no one was writing things for me. So he had to create his own avenue. And he did that with Rocky, and as they say, the rest is history. And all the other films, Rocky, Rambo.
Amazing.
You know, so it's crazy, man. So y'all keep doing what y'all doing.
Yeah.
I'm thankful that you guys invited me to be part of your fantastic podcast. And
we thank you that you joined us.
You.
Seriously. Thank you, Joseph, because
thank
you have given us a lot of insight on different
things. First of all, when a fellow Leo lion reach out to you, but now that you a blue demon too, you know, you kind of
we good.
We good now. So, you know,
good to know.
Hope my alumni is out here, but no, it's a blessing. And you know, if I hopefully there's something I've said that may be able to resonate with someone else who is standing on that edge, getting ready to jump.
Yeah.
Just jump. Man, you know, the sand in the hourglass is running out. And I'm sure we all can look back in our yearbook, and there's some people that's no longer with us. And every day, the number of people in that book becomes less and less that's still alive.
You're right.
And eventually, someone's going to look at the yearbook, and we're not going to be. You know, so while I have this opportunity, I'm living life to the fullest. I tell people all the time, when someone says about being a donor, or like, you know, organ donor, things like that, I'm all for it. But my goal is when I get to heaven, and maybe this is selfish of me, but my goal is when I get to heaven, my body is going to be so done, ain't nothing left to me that they can use. I'm going to up everything, my eyesight, my hearing, everything. And maybe I'm not paying. They grab
live to the fullest.
Yeah, they be like, oh, we can't use this heart. This brother, man, he lived every second of this
to the fullest.
And it's not being selfish. I don't know what's on the other side. I don't know what's there. Ain't nobody came back to tell me. I ain't seen no video. So I'm just gonna live this one. And then if I get there and there's an after party, I'll deal with that then. But for right now, I'm gonna maximize whatever time my maker gives me and try to make a difference. You know, as we said earlier, you want to give back, you want to lead by example.
Yes.
So it's not even about the projects as much as it's about being able to share the opportunities that you can get from being in those projects, how you can then turn around and do more things for others. And I think once you accomplish that and it becomes bigger than you, which I didn't know in college, in undergrad anyway, as a basketball player, I didn't understand that it was bigger than me at the time. But once I figured that out, life changed and it became so much easier. And, you know, so even when I have people who are cheering for us to fail, I know that they haven't realized yet that it's bigger than them. Once they do, even they will change, I believe.
Yeah. Caramel, anything else that before we let Joseph go?
No, not at this time. But
okay.
Like I said, I thank Joseph for joining us because he given us so much insight. A lot of stuff I didn't know. He opened my eyes too, so I appreciate that. And I'm quite sure he opened the eyes to a lot of people who listened in to our podcast today.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much. We have been talking with actor, writer, director, fellow Leo man, DePaul alumni, and all that good
Yes,
stuff.
yes, DePaul, Blue Demons.
Joseph Cannon, he's
Team
worked
Cannon.
from, yes, he has worked with the likes of Bruce Willis to Megan Good
He couldn't leave
to
that out.
Yeah.
Jean Claude Van Damme to a plethora of big name stars, and he's a big name himself. I
Joseph
love this
Cannon.
brother,
Remember that.
Joseph Cannon. And say the name of your what was it, Joseph Vision? What was that again?
Cannon Visions. Cannon Visions.
Cannon Vision. Cannon Vision.
Team Cannon.
Cannon Vision.
Team
Absolutely.
Cannon all day.
Come on,
Team
y'all.
Cannon.
Come on. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, bro.
And
So
everyone,
much.
Yes.
watch a la carte. You can go back, watch seasons 1 and 2 on the All Black Network. Chief of Station, that's coming out later this year, early next year. On Hulu, we have White Elephant and Hell Hath No Fury.
Okay.
Paul's Promise will be coming out real soon.
Yes.
Yes.
Again, so that's the awards. I'm winning for Paul's Promise and one of many. I've just been blessed. It's a blessing, and I'm thankful. And thank you guys for having me. And
Yes.
anytime you want to have me back, I'm open for sure.
Thank you so much, my bro. I appreciate it. Before we let you go, please let our viewers and all those people who will go back and watch this video, and those who is going to share it and everything. It's also going to be on YouTube. It's going to be downloaded once we're done on YouTube, and it's also on Facebook. We're going to put it on IG. So go right now before you get up out of here. Let everybody know, how can they get at you? How can they follow you?
On IG, you can go to Cannon Vision, Facebook, and X, as it's called, Twitter, and all that stuff.
I know, right?
It's my name, X, whatever.
X.
Yeah, but it's Joseph Cannon, Josef, not PH. Joseph with an F, Cannon, and that's on Facebook. That's on Twitter /X. That's on all those other social media platforms, LinkedIn, and on IG it's Cannon Vision.
So that's it. I've been your boy, your dude, your homie. Y'all already know who I be. The Ward, my girl, Caramel, the lovely Caramel.
Yes.
We've been talking with Joseph Cannon. Remember, everybody, you can have 99 no's, but it takes that one yes that will launch you into your destiny, into your future. As I always say, hashtag do what they said that you couldn't do. It's your boy, The Ward, Joseph Cannon, Caramel, The Rundown. Love you guys. Be blessed. Happy Thanksgiving. Peace out.
Thank you, guys.
Blessings.